Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are looking at SPCE, Virgin Galactic Holdings. We're going to do a full updated chart analysis for you. We're going to start a chart fresh, work together to build up our new chart. We've had that reverse stock split, and we want to see where the charts are telling us next, where the stock is going, potential buy and sell zones, and a fresh new chart for SPCE. So let's get straight into it. As you can see, all my previous charts, which I think we've traded SPCE really well over the past year, trading in and out of it, not trying to hold it for the long term, trying to trade it and try to add to our long-term positions if that's something that people wanted to do. Again, I'm not giving financial advice, just my opinion. And as you can see by the price of SPC going down, it was the much better option to do, to buy and sell rather than to just be holding the stock. What I'm going to do now is press this button here, remove drawings. That is all our previous work deleted because of the stock splits, and is no longer viable. So we're looking at a fresh new chart here. First thing I want to point out is look at the RSI. I believe this is the lowest the RSI has ever been for Virgin. It is the lowest the RSI has ever been, about 23 in the weekly chart. It is very, very oversold, and the MACD is actually in the red as well. So that is not great news. The momentum is to the downside. You can see over here, these moving averages have just been following the stock down. The stock has been popping up to these moving averages and selling off this whole time for the last few years. The trend has been to the downside for SPCE. Let's see what are some potential buy zones where I think this stock can be heading, and draw this rechart the chart really. So let's get started. Please do hit the like button if you appreciate the chart updates. I do really appreciate it, and do subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you still holding the stock? What's your average price, and what happened to your shares during the stock split? I'd like to know if anyone's shares got sold off or not. So once again, let's put our line at the IPO price. I believe this is the area we're trying to get back to by the time Delta comes back. It is the area I think it is possible to get there. It's very hard to get there, but if Delta comes online, if this company looks like it can edge to at least break even of profitability, that's the area I'm targeting, the IPO price, which is right now considered $200. So that's my first line of support and resistance. It's at the IPO price. The next level is that price drop in 2019, where we dropped down to $138. Of course, this is now in the new pricing terms. So those are my two overhead resistances. We have this trend to the downside. I'm not sure if it's a viable trend line. Let's have a look if we can create a trend line with it. There is a trend to the downside. It's not perfect, but that is something to consider. So we have had a few touch points in the beginning there. We didn't break above it here either. We went and tested it in 2023, and more recently we've tested it now. So that is a very deep trend line to downside. Let's see if we can turn that into a parallel channel or not. I'm just running through this chart analysis so you guys can see exactly what I do with my charts to see if it's viable for your chart. There's no parallel chart channel there. Let's start putting some more overhead key resistance levels. I think there would be another one. Again, to the upside, we're looking there at $55, there at $23, and over here, previous low at $14. Okay, so now let's move on to the 3-day chart. We're looking at the weekly. Every candle represents a week. How many down weeks did we have in a row? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 down weeks. We've actually had worse before. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. And remember this horrendous downtrend, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of downside for SPCE. So we hope to not see that again. We are back below the $10 level on SPCE. If you can look over here as well, I am in SPCE. I have turned my GME and FFIE into SPCE shares. Not a lot, but I'm just trading the stock. I'm in the stock. My average price is 9.34. My total returns are just 2%. So I'm looking for a bit more gains on SPCE, but I am currently in. If we want to look at some Fibonacci's to see where the stock can be heading, the next level is at $5, and I think that's going to be very, very key for SPCE. Will we get there? Maybe. This downtrend is quite significant. A lot of people are worried that there's not much going on for the stock for the next few months and even years. So that is one thing to consider. So where do I see the stock going? Let's now move on to the 3-day, a bit of a shorter term perspective. We've got that overhead resistance at $24, not much on the 3-day, and let's move on to the daily. So I do expect this stock at these levels to maybe head back to $14 in the short term. That RSI is still oversold even after Friday's candle, so we might see a bit of a push to the upside. We will have overhead resistance, very strong resistance at levels. Let's change this to green as support. Let's change that color to green. So that's the support around $5. Remember, $5 and above, it's not considered penny stock, and institutions might look at buying it. So we want to see strong price action between $5 and $9 where we are now. We don't want to get too close to $5. I do think what we are going to see first is a move back up to $14, and that's the area I might be selling my shares that I'm holding now. So $14 is what I'm targeting, and I will have buy zones set up between $5 and $5.30. I'll keep you updated. We're looking at a chart right now where there has been a stock split. There is more analysis to be done, but for now I am happy holding my shares. We are sort of in the middle of no man's land. I've been buying it purely based on the RSI being oversold and the market cap to be about 200 million, while them having about $85 million in cash, enough cash to get them to Delta, I believe. So right now, middle of no man's land. Only thing that's giving us a potential move to the upside is the RSI being heavily oversold. I do have my sell zone set up at around $14 and my buy zones just above $5. So that is my analysis on SPCE. If you did enjoy that, you might enjoy this video up here and down here as well. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you have watched all the way, please do leave a like and do subscribe. Until next time, please do take care of yourselves and each other.